Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to a Youth at Home broadcast. We're so excited that you're here. My name is Kiran. I am a part of the YouthCulture team. This is my friend Celeste. We are excited for the month of June because we are doing student interviews. I am so pumped to interview Celeste here today and have a conversation. And if you are tuned in a different state or in a different country, you have to know that youth culture is international and it's global. So if you're a middle schooler or a high schooler, youth culture is for you. DM us on Instagram. You can follow us at Church Home Youth. We would love to get to know you better and help find you a youth at home. I have some questions for you, Celeste, and I'm really excited just to even get to know you better, and for so many of the students watching to know you, because you are a youth culture student, you're in 11th grade, and you also are a youth culture leader. Celeste just started volunteering as a youth culture leader, and she's so amazing. She helps middle school students. How's that been? Has that been pretty fun?
It's been so fun. Yeah, we meet on Zoom on Thursdays. I lead with KK, and it's just been so fun. I love getting to talk to the girls.
So cool. Her co-leader is awesome too, KK Walker. If you're watching this, shout out to you. We also did a student interview with her a few months back. But Celeste, I know that you have some awesome hobbies and just activities that you do in life. Maybe tell us a little bit about what those are. And I also know you're a creative person. So what are some creative outlets that you have? What are some ways that you express yourself creatively?
Yeah, so I do dance. I'm on my high school's dance team, and I feel like that's when I'm most creative because right now I'm kind of experimenting with different dance styles. I do hip hop, so I'm kind of seeing like what my own personal dance style is, and how I can execute a move kind of specifically pertaining to me. So that's when I feel most creative because there are just so many ways you could execute. And I also really like fashion. I feel like there's so many different outfits you can make with a different theme and a different story behind it each time, and you can really express so many things with fashion. I love that.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, your fashion is the greatest. I love that you're a dancer. I wanted to be a dancer in high school so bad. I was seconds away from asking the hip hop team if I could join, but I didn't do it. And it's probably a good thing that I didn't do it, but I so badly wanted to join hip hop. And Celeste is the captain of her dance team, which is so amazing. Celeste, I love that so much. I know that we were just talking on the phone too, and I love having conversations with you and just like picking your brain. And I love that you were talking about kind of how hard this past year has been, and you were talking about how even on this conversation and this talk, you really wanted to talk about real things that students are going through, real problems and obstacles, and wins and successes, which I think is so important to talk about. What are maybe some real problems and obstacles that you face as a student in 2021?
Yeah, I feel like for me specifically, and I know a lot of people have gone through this too, a lot of people my age, is confidence level. Because of the pandemic and we've been staying at home so much, I was definitely on social media way more than I should have been. And I feel like that just leads to comparing yourself to other people, and you can see things that kind of like spark jealousy. Like if you see like a top on TikTok, I sometimes think, oh, why don't I have that top? I want it now. So yeah, confidence level is something that I've been dealing with a lot.
Wow. And social media is so hard because you find yourself, like for me, definitely, like you compare, and the amount of time I've spent on TikTok is unhealthy, okay? Unhealthy. I was just telling Celeste, when you're scrolling for too long and then like some random person pops up and they're like, hey, stop, you've been scrolling for too long. I just continue to swipe, and keep going. So I feel that with social media where you're like comparing yourself and your confidence levels are affected. Do you feel like you've done something even recently to kind of help monitor that and create boundaries?
Yeah, I feel like, obviously the first one is not being on social media as much, and that is just so hard. It's so easy to say and so hard to do, but you just have to kind of force yourself, I guess. that's, I just kind of put my phone down. The second one is change of mindset. I think like there's a lot of positivity. There can be a lot of positivity out there on social media about having self-love and self-confidence. So if you just kind of, I've been working on kind of changing my mindset, like, okay, this is who I am and I should love who I am.
So good, and it's so encouraging just to even hear that from you as a student living in 2021. And yeah, social media, there's a lot on there. There's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad. Sometimes you just kind of have to create those, lines and those boundaries to make sure that you're not going too far into social media and, it's affecting you too much. In regards to even real problems that students face, I know that there are negative thoughts that can become so consistent and even prominent in our lives. Is there even a Bible verse that you would tell a student watching, like, hey, this Bible verse has helped me so much? I know from in my own life, it always helps me to read the Bible, and I know that that can sound like cliche and like, of course, the youth pastor is telling you to read a Bible verse, but there are such specific Bible verses that I feel like are actually speaking to me when I'm having negative thoughts. So is there anything that sticks out to you?
So for me specifically, I hate being sad and I hate crying. So I tend to hold in all of my feelings. And then one day, once a month, it'll all just come spilling out. And I'll just spend the day so emotional. So in those moments, I think it's really easy to have negative thoughts and think things that you may normally never think or say. So at the end of it, all of it, I always come back to one verse, and it's Proverbs 16:4, and it's, the Lord has made everything for its purpose, even the wicked for the day of trouble. And I think it's essentially saying that everything has a purpose, and everything has a reason, and it's from God. So I'm a really firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and no matter what, whether it be like obstacles or a victory, you're going to grow from it. And yeah, so.
No, thank you for sharing that, and I think that is such an awesome verse for us to even take away. And if I could even be so clear with that verse, youth culture, Jesus doesn't bring bad things into our life. Like, Jesus is a good person. Jesus is a good God. God is good. And so I don't even want you to take away, like, okay, does God bring bad things into my life? No, not at all. But God is so good that he can take what was meant for bad, which the Bible says, he can take what was meant for evil and turn it around for good, like you were saying, Celeste. And it reminds me of that verse too. I can't remember where it's from, but it says, God makes everything beautiful in its time. And so maybe even in this moment, you feel like you're having negative thoughts. Maybe you feel like, I don't feel beautiful. Maybe I'm comparing myself to people on social media. You have to know, God has got your life, and that you are so beautiful to him, that you are so taken care of, that you are so valuable and worthy. And maybe stuff that has really hurt you and affected you, which doesn't come from God, he can turn that around and turn it into something beautiful and something good. Such a great reminder, Celeste. And any other thoughts on that? Maybe something that you do practically to help you with your negative thoughts?
Yeah, so whenever I get negative thoughts and it's just also overwhelming, I will just pull out my phone. I always have my phone with me, and I go to the Notes app and I just write out all of my feelings, because it really helps me pinpoint, like, what is the root of this problem and how can I fix it. So I'll write out it. Sometimes it'll take so long. Sometimes it'll take like an hour. But I'll write out all my feelings, and then after that, I'll lock the note or I'll delete it. And it's kind of just like a symbol, like, okay, I'm letting go of these problems. Like, it's okay.
So amazing. I feel like I could take that, for myself and just kind of apply that to my life. And I feel like even writing stuff down or just essentially verbalizing it in a way really helps me even talk to God better. Like, okay, God, I'm writing this down. I'm putting this in my notes. I'm journaling this. Like, can you really help me walk through these hard, real moments in my life? That's so amazing, Celeste. One question I have, because I think you're so amazing, what are, and I know this could be awkward because you have to talk about yourself, but what are some things that you really love about yourself? And I love this question because I think in this day and age, we can focus so much on the negative, our negative thoughts, or things that have happened to us that have been bad, or maybe stuff that you're going through right now. I think it's really good to take a moment and say, what are some things that I appreciate about myself? What are some things that you like about you?
Yeah, I love this question too. Whenever it popped up in dance team functions or school, I used to hate it because I couldn't find an actual answer. I would lie and say, my eyes. but recently I've been able to answer it, and I would say it's my teeth. It's kind of weird, but I have 2 big front teeth, and I used to hate them. They were crooked, and at school I would get called a beaver or a rat or a horse, and it really brought my self-confidence down. I remember one day I came home crying because someone called me a beaver. But lately I've been really into K-pop, and these K-pop idols will have a representative animal that the fans will give to them because they kind of look like the animal. And a lot of idols have a bunny as their representative animal because of their teeth. And just seeing that someone who is also Asian embrace that part of them and make it look cute, that was just so encouraging to me, and I began to love it.
I think your teeth are beautiful.
Thank you.
And so are your eyes.
Thank you.
Favorite K-pop singer at the moment?
I'm really into groups, and I really like TXT.
Ooh, TXT, I'm gonna look them up.
Yeah.
If you were to choose an animal for me, what animal would my face represent or look like?
I think
I've been called several animals. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but a squirrel! Oh my gosh, that's amazing! I have been called. I do look like a squirrel. I can see that. I've also gotten camel, giraffe, bunny.
You know, if someone just calls you an animal, just take it.
Just take it as a compliment. Okay.
Yeah.
Giraffe because I've got a really long neck. Don't look now. Camel because I've got like naturally long eyelashes.
That's nice.
It's a great compliment. Anyways, Celeste, last question. How would you describe your relationship with Jesus? I think being a Jesus follower in 2021 can be hard at times with social media and so many people giving you their opinions, but being a Jesus follower is the greatest decision that we could ever make, and it's changed my life for the best, and I know it's changed your life for the best. How would you describe your relationship with Jesus?
Yeah, I agree. It's so easy to get distracted from your relationship with Jesus, with social media. But I would say my relationship with Jesus, I'm still growing in it and figuring it out. But right now, I'm going to be 100% real. I don't read my Bible every day. I don't pray every night before I go to bed. And I think that's okay because I'm still growing and learning in my relationship with Jesus. But for right now, I kind of pray at random little moments. I talk to Jesus, like for example, before I take a test, or any moment where I just need to talk to Him. I don't have like a set time, and then super convenient. It's really hard to read my Bible every single day, so I also don't have a set time for that. But I do have on the Bible app, I have a little notification set for verse of the day. So every morning when I wake up at 8 a.m., it gives me a verse of the day. And somehow it always relates to whatever I'm going through. But I just read that verse of the day, and then it really encourages me in the day.
So cool. And I love how honest and real you are. Like,
yeah, I mean, everyone's at different places.
Totally. Yeah, I think that's so encouraging for all of us. Like, your relationship with Jesus can look absolutely different because it's your own personal relationship. And so that's so encouraging for me to even hear Celeste. And I've just been so happy to, talk to you and interview you. And I hope you're watching this YouthCulture and you're just so encouraged to know that there are people all over the world that want to be friends with you and hang out with you and get to know you better. I know here at YouthCulture, Celeste and I want to get to know you better. We want to be friends with you, and wherever you're at, you can join a youth at home. We've got some awesome things coming up. We've got camp, YC camp. I'm so excited. You've been to a lot of camps in the past.
Yeah, I have.
You've been
so fun.
They're so fun. So make sure you register for YC Camp this year. It's going to be digital, but we'll have some face-to-face moments as well. You can register at churchhome.org/YC Camp, and YC Camp happens July 23rd through the 24th. And I don't know, I feel like everybody needs to go. So if you're watching this is your sign. Make sure you sign up. It's going to be amazing. And before we sign off, maybe you have a youth at home that you're going to jump into afterwards. We've got some awesome questions for you. So make sure you check out those questions. Your youth at home leaders will have those ready for you. And this youth at home is going to be all about getting to know the people around you. So we love you so much, Youth Culture. We hope you have an incredible week. We'll see you soon.
Bye.